Come on in, come on in. Hey guys, come on in. Happy Black History Month. Come on in. I'm going to give everybody time to load on in.
When I find out that you've been scheming against me and the people that I love, well, if it's a war you want, it's a war you gonna have.
Queens don't always talk and look nice and polished.
Being a queen has more to do with having balls.
To do what you weak fucks won't do.
When I find out that you've been scheming against me and the people that I love, well, if it's a war you want, it's a war you gonna have.
Queens don't always talk and look nice and polished.
Being a queen has more to do with having balls.
To do what you weak fucks won't do.
When I find out that you've been scheming against me and the people that I love, well, if it's a war you want, it's a war you gonna have.
Queens don't always talk and look nice and polished.
Being a queen has more to do with having balls.
To do what you weak fucks won't do.
Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Not only is it Thursday, it is the start of Negro History Month. It's our time to shine, guys. It's our turn. It's our turn. Now, I'm hyped, okay? Because, let me be clear. I'm not hyped for more of the same. I think you all know who Sojourner Truth is. I think you've all heard the story of Benjamin Banneker. I think you've all heard the story, whatever you have heard of Harriet Tubman, a spy. If you think that this is one of those OBKB type history channels, if you think this is one of those shucking and jiving type history celebrations, it ain't that. Okay, this is not that. That is not this. Okay, what we are here to discuss and celebrate is the history lessons that are usually tucked in the closet. Now, for the past few years, I've been online hammering down on these closeted issues, from heirs property to family history that wasn't really talked about, stuff outside of the slavery paradigm, stuff that we all kind of get tired of discussing. We all get kind of depressed. I'm not here for any of that. I've been working on the railroad type history. Okay, we do the total opposite on here. Now, while you all load in, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was a little shocked that last time I went live, the number of white people, okay, the number of white people that was in my chat, I was totally shocked. I said, well, have I been forgot about? Do these people not know who I am? Do they think they can come in here and persuade me to vote for Trump because Biden isn't doing anything? Do they not know that I say all other words? Do they not know that I'm an equal opportunity roaster? I was not only shocked that I had so many white people in my chat. I have no problem with white people. I was more shocked that I didn't get not one super chat from the whites that was in my chat. So if y'all whites want to come take up space in my chat during Black History Month, I'm gonna need y'all to super chat. Pay your reparations, okay? Pay it forward. Okay, a lot of y'all living on stolen property. Okay? A lot of y'all came over here as immigrants. Okay? Now you over here living your best good lives over here in our chats, all in our business, trying to see what we got going on. Okay? Don't hide yourselves during Black History Month. When you come in our chat, drop some money on. Now that means money. But those of you who like to keep up with our lingo, drop y'all money this Black History. We see this year. This year, Black History, we doing something called counting. Not only are we going to further prove that we count, we also going to count how much is old. And I might even call Biden tonight. I do have the phone lines hooked up. I think I'm going to call Biden tonight. In fact, I'll do that now, so we can get it on out the way. We counting up how much is old, since everybody's confused. We counting up how much is old this month. I am going to ask the chat for some advice. Here's what I need to know. It's Black History Month. We got 28 days. 28 days to shine, okay? Should I come on here every day for a small amount of time and go over Black history facts? It's so much that we've done on this landmass. You know, it's so much. I would like to cover some things like Hoodoo and the Almanac for Black History Month. I would like to cover some things like Negroes burning in the fiery furnace and how that relates to the atomic bomb. I would like to cover some things like World War. And shout out to Tyler Perry. I don't know whether he or some of his writers are in my chat, but Tyler Perry is doing a movie called 688 about the brigade of Black women that went out looking for their men during the World Wars. They went out looking for Black men. They didn't just sit idly by. When those Black men weren't coming back home, they mounted up. Just like regulators. They mounted up, okay? I would like to talk about American history. I think I'm going to cover some American history tonight. For those of you who do not know, I am an author. That's why I'm going to keep these Black History celebrations semi-clean. I'm going to try. Hopefully, y'all don't trigger me. If you notice, I haven't looked in the chat yet because I know at least 2 of y'all, 3 of y'all, 15 of y'all going to try to trigger me. Okay? I'm an author. I teach this subject matter. These closeted subject matters of history, so much so that at one point our chat, we was the only ones discussing land and land theft. You know, now everybody's discussing it. It's a hot topic. For those of you who are white, who think you're gonna come in my chat and get some knowledge and then go to your monetized page and go viral off the history that you learned on my channel, it's not gonna be that type of a party. I will use the almanac and launch a full spiritual campaign on you. You will see everything that you are afraid of climbing on your wall at night if you try me this Black History Month. You will see all the spirits that you have ran from all of your life and all of your past lives shaking your bed at night. You might even see a few of those spirits jump in front of your cars. Whether you swerve or not is on you. Please don't try me. That being said, we're going to talk about American history. I heard you guys as vice president. Yes, please share this. Please share this live. Get as many people as you can in here. I heard your vice president say, Black history is American history. I thought that was perfect. I thought that was the perfect alley-oop, but she never said nothing good in her life. Her saying Black history is American history, whether she put her East Indian foot in her mouth or not. She said it. Black history is American history. I have a 250-page book. It's perfect. It's called American History, but when you open it, to your surprise, I seamlessly tie us into this landmass. Now, while I'm working on volume 2 of this history book, volume 1 has sold thousands of copies. Everybody loved it. Not one person has came back and said, I didn't learn nothing. People are sharing it like wildfire. If you notice, I haven't did much marketing. It's just word of mouth. If you know, then you know. Kind of like our own secret city, if you will. Our own secret club. Those who know, and those who don't. Kind of thing, you know. I am working on volume 2 of this book. It's on pre-sale right now, Hello Plants. Which is why I want to ask you guys, should I come on here every night for a small amount of time? Or should I come on here once a week for like a long show? You all let me know in the chat. And please click like as you come in here. Click like and share as you come in here. I'm about to read the chat. Yes, God, Miss Kim. Hey, y'all. I had to get my speech out before I start reading the chat because I already know y'all going to provoke me. I already know. Hey, everybody. Hey, y'all. Hey, Siv. Hey, S. Dot. Hey, Roy PhD. Inventors, scientists, farmers. We have it all. We have a lot to cover. I mean, it's beyond, you know, I'm never going to forget about Mary McLeod Bethune and Bethune-Cookman College. There's a lot of colleges we haven't talked about. There's a lot of founders of a lot of HBCUs that were just dark-skinned indigenous people that got grouped into a category called African. Them people didn't call themselves African. Okay? Please click like in here, guys. I got 1 thumbs down already. You a hater. Instead of coming in here thumbs and down in the video, you should have sent me a super chat. Said, thank you, Queen. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have never decided to look up my 3rd great-grandfather. He was pointless to me until I found out about the land situation. Wow. Just ungrateful. Hey, Minnie. Hey, Copper Aborigine. There's Townsend's in the chat. Shout out to the Townsends. 15-minute facts per day. Thank you for the super chat, Chief Bass. I appreciate it. Thank you. First super chat of the night. Hey, Bass Kickers. Every day for 1 week would be dope. Now, see, Bass Kickers, I just told you I was writing part 2 of the book. I got, you know. Okay, so if I do every day, they're going to be like 20 minutes type lives. Possibly even pre-recorded. I don't know. 15-minute facts per day. Somebody said 15 minutes per day. 15 minutes and y'all not provoking me in the chat. Okay? Let's see. Yeah, the Republicans think we are voting Republican because they're not Democratic. The Independent Party they must forgot about the write-ins. They must forgot about the write-in. Hey, Yaga. Hey, Regal. Hey, y'all. Hey, Dominique. Yes. Hey, y'all. Hey, Sheba. Hey, everybody. Let's see. Who I miss? Hey, Minnie. Hey, Queen Obsidian. Hey, Goddess number 9. Hey, Ebony. Yes, continue to click like. This is a celebration. And sis, hey, sister. How you doing? Octavia, how have you been? Hey, Veteran Jacob. Hey, Loving Light Lady. Hey, Tanya. Tanya said once a week. Tanya said I should come on once a week during Black History Month. What say y'all? Hey, Beluctus. Hey, Repair the Breach. Hey, Keely. What's your, okay, so I got some votes. I don't know how to make a poll on here, but if I did know how to make a poll, once a week or every day? Once a week for a long period or every day for a short period? Like in and out type. Veteran said it. He don't care what it is. He just can't wait. Once a week. If I were your moderator, I'd filter hate, and I appreciate that. Hey sister, hey Ashley. Yeah, the premiere thing is cool, but the people tend to love to see you live. And I ain't gonna lie, Bass Kickers, when I don't really watch people premieres on YouTube either. I like to see people live on YouTube as well. So that's why I don't do a whole lot of premieres on my channel. You tend to get more viewership when you do pre-records on YouTube. That's why everybody do them versus going live. You know, unless I'm here every day, like right now, I'm not in the algorithm. That's why the viewers is low. But if I come on here every day and go live, by the time we end History Month, I may have 2,000, 3,000 people in the chat. Because I've never went live every day. But I have went live when I was doing the War and Woke morning show. I was going live like every day for like 2 weeks. Or then I did 3 weeks or something like that. But it was a lot of people in the chat as well. So I don't know. It's pros and cons. Because it gets you in the algorithm versus coming on once a week. Like last time when I was live, we had like 500 people in the chat last week. I was only live one time last week. I didn't go live. I haven't been live for a week. So right now YouTube is not sending out the notifications. So people are not going to see this live unless you share it. Click like as you come in and things of that nature. Somebody said, okay, he said once a week or 7 days. Something just happened. I think my stream had cut out. I think my stream had... Are y'all in here? Are y'all in here? My chat is froze, but I still see... Please click like if you can see this broadcast. Somebody is clearly flagging my broadcast. Somebody is flagging my broadcast. I don't know. Why am I being flagged? Okay. Why am I being flagged? I have no clue. Am I still frozen? It's not YouTube. It's somebody flagging the live. Can y'all see me now? Can y'all see me now? All right. So I want to show y'all something that we need to be careful about. And watch. As y'all know, right now they're trying to call the Negro national anthem the Black national anthem. Okay. Now it's going to go from the Black national anthem to the African national anthem. And I'm going to show you just how quickly that could happen. I was looking this up the other day. Let me share my screen. I was looking at this the other day, and I noticed about Black History Month. Black History Month is an annual observance originated in the United States. And somebody added where it is also known as African American History Month. Now, let it be known that nobody is currently calling this month African American History Month. By calling it African American History Month, you take all the great inventions of these dark-skinned indigenous Americans and you gift them to the diaspora where these people were not from. You gift them to Africa. Okay, you take them off of the American land where they were from, and you gift them to Africa to make it seem as if these were their inventions. Okay, this is just how quickly. I hope you guys can see. Let me move myself down a little bit. I hope you guys can see this. Just how quickly. Okay, Black History Month, also known as African American History Month. No one is calling it that, but they've already changed the Wikipedia page to reflect that this month, where we honor American Negro ancestors, American Indian, the dark-skinned people who were misclassified all over the place, the people who were labeled as colored, the people who have Negro on their birth certificate or colored on their birth certificate, which is short for copper-colored Indian. The people who have these things on their birth certificate or Indian on their birth records, who came up with these inventions, they are already about to be called African, okay? Now, it started out as Negro History Week, and if y'all saw, I had my guy Carter G. Woodson on the flyer. It started as Negro History Week. Now, I'm showing you how they're going to try to change they've already changed it from Negro History Month to Black History Month. Next, it'll be African History Month, and here's how. They're saying the precursor to Black History Month was created in 1926 when historian Carter G. Woodson and the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History. Look, it clearly says the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History. Look what it's already been changed to, guys. This has already been changed to Association for the Study of African American. That's not what Carter G. Woodson said. He said Association for Negro. He didn't say African. But that's just how quickly history can change right before our eyes. And they have changed the whole acronym to reflect that it is the Association for Study of African American Life and History. Now, to some, it may seem like, that's not a big deal. But to these people who we honor once a year. Now, we honor them all year round. But globally, they're honored once a year. They've already been changed to Africa, guys. And their history is slowly being changed. Slowly being changed. I thought I'd point that out to you all because I think it's strange. It's like I wrote a history book. You never hear me call myself African American. Because once you know the truth, you know the truth. But if something happened to me, someone plastering all over the place, African American scientist and historian Nese. Like, my parents didn't say I was African. My grandparents didn't say that. But the media has said it. So all of my accomplishments will go to Africa. Like, yeah, that was this African girl that was sitting online telling us about Negro on oil fields. That was this African girl that pointed out that black people have heirs property. There was this black girl that pointed out the flooded cities in America. There was this African girl. She was African. She was African. There was this African that invented the cotton gin. There was this African that invented the mechanism for turbo energy. There was this African that invented the railroad switch. That's disrespectful to people who did not consider themselves from no other continent but America. The fabric of America, if you will, the people who actually built the place. Now, during Black History Month, the people that are getting credit for building this great place that we call America are some people called African slaves. Now, Carter G. Woodson didn't consider himself an African slave. Hell, Benjamin Banneker didn't consider himself an African slave. These people who built America are being mislabeled as African slaves. And it's up to us to change the narrative, whether we go viral or not, whether we have 8,000 people in the chat or not. You put the information out and you let it circulate. Now, like I said before, be careful, because white people will be the ones flagging our chat as we go through this information, waiting for some jewels that they can pick up, some history that they can pick up and run with it and go viral on their channels so that they can seem like the hero who set the Negroes free. by telling them their actual history. Let it be known this Black History celebration that no whites was helping us with this subject matter. Not one white came out and told us about the flooded cities in America. Not one white came out and told us that it's the Negroes that own the heirs' property in America. Not one white pointed out the railroad switch. Not one. They were all going to keep it tucked away in their closets. And they were going to take it to their deathbeds. Why? Because a lot of their houses contains heirlooms that was stolen during the World War I and World War II era. A lot of them are trust fund babies by default of them false claiming some Indian ancestry, some American Indian ancestry, some Negro great-grandmother. Okay. Just let it be known. So, tonight, one of the things I wanted to discuss was during this Black History celebration, I think it's befitting to go a little pop culture. As you all have probably seen online already, there is about to be a remake of Michael Jackson film. Okay. Michael Jackson biopic cast. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up really quickly. Let's do this really quickly. So there's this Michael Jackson biopic that's about to be made. And the people who they pick to play the Jackson family is very interesting. Okay, very, very interesting. That is the Jackson 5, okay, with the original face. Okay. Here are the people who will be playing them. They're foreigners. You know, if you take this filter off of Michael Jackson, he looked nothing like this little foreign boy. I mean, they're foreigners. I mean, he's a foreigner that's playing. As if there are no Black men, no Negro men, no American men available for the roles. They jumped all over and picked names that we can't even pronounce. Well, I know Valdi because I know Vivaldi, but Valdi and all these other Coleman Domingo. Now, Nia Long, okay. I think she's an American girl. I'm not totally sure. Some people are saying she have some Caribbean ancestry, which is still America. I'm not mad at that. You know, the Caribbean is America. I mean, it is what it is. However, they couldn't find any mainland people. It's people in the Jackson family that are still alive that still have this actual same face. So while we're on the topic of Michael Jackson, I figured it was befitting to show that Jackson face. If you got American history book, you know that original Jackson face. That's Luke Jackson, okay? That's the Luke Jackson. Now, Luke Jackson, he should be written in history, which is why I have him in the book. Luke Jackson was responsible for the sound of Jackson 5. Luke Jackson of the Jackson family saw talent in his little nephews. You know, they watched him play in his own band called the Falcon Band, which, if you're a history buff, you already know. The Falcon, Old McTie, you already know. You already know how we feel about the good old Falcon, that royal bird, okay? That royal bird. Luke Jackson had the Falcon Band, which the kids used to listen to, the adults used to listen to. It was a very popular band back in the day. I think a lot of people didn't know that Luke was Michael Jackson's actual uncle because somehow the Jackson family face changed. But there was a sector of people in the Jackson family who didn't change. A lot of this genealogy from the Jackson family can be found in Georgia, around Stewart County, the Columbus area. A lot of the genealogy for the Jackson family, this same Jackson family from Georgia to parts of Western Alabama and Mississippi. And I think some of them even moved up into the Illinois region, of course, out and spread out through the Midwest that way. But they still have the same face and the same musicality. This wasn't an offshoot. It wasn't like these kids are talented. No, that was a genetic trait. Sort of like the Johnson brothers and the jazz era, where we really don't give the Johnson family any credit for their contributions to jazz. But the Johnson family, that good old American family, were jazz masters. Okay? They were so much so jazz masters that the Nazi regime hated them. Now, if you go into the era of World War I and World War II and look up the amount of Johnsons who died, you will find a few jazz artists who were just murdered during that era. The same Johnson family that penned Lift Every Voice and Sing. We don't give them enough credit during Negro History Month that we now call Black History Month, as we spit on their grave and change the name of their song that they penned. The same Johnson family is tied into heirs property all over America, of course. It was their homeland. Now, some people are saying, well, why is there a Negro national anthem? Let me clarify this for those of you who don't know why there are two anthems over here. Black people in America, Negroes, coloreds, have what's called heirs property over here. Not only do we have heirs property over here, we do have our own anthem over here. Why? Because we're the heirs. We can have anything we want. Okay? We also had our own Negro Leagues. Let's not forget that part. We had our own Negro Leagues where we were singing our own national anthem, where we was making money off our own talent, where we were marketing our own businesses and products throughout those stadiums that were built in our own neighborhoods. This all happened before the desegregation era, where we were then redlined off of our own heirs property. And when we ask for reparations and restitution today, people pretend like it's not a valid ask. Because the white people who know this subject matter is true was going to keep the whole heirs property conversation tucked in their little closets. We're here this Black History Month, Negro History Month, to take everything out the closet. To continue to take everything out the closet and discuss it and count it up. Okay? Now, I did say I was going to call Biden. It kind of get a little raunchy if I call Biden. I'm not sure. But for the sake of Black History Month, I'm sure he has something to say outside of Penrith. So let's call Biden and see what he got to say real quick. It ain't going to take long. Just 1 second. Shit. It's ringing. Hello? Yes, hey, can I speak to Biden? Joe? Yeah. Yes, I'm not. Yes, it's Janice. Yes, it's Janice, but it's not. I'm not raunchy right now. I'm not. Yeah, I'm live, but I'm not cursing or anything like that. Yeah, I heard he got a big budget for Negroes. I'm not here to campaign for him, huh? I'm just here for the people to see how dumb he sounds. Could you put him on the phone if you don't mind? Hey, Biden, anything you want to tell us this Black History Month celebration?
Folks, I got two words for you. We gotta do better, man. Come on, folks. Look, man. Look. Rory came here today in a classic American-made, American-bred car, man. I was riding a zebra. No, not zebra. It was Mercedes-Benz. I short for Mercedes-Benjamin Franklin, American man. He had stockings
What
on.
about student loans?
Folks, look, we got to put an end to our student loans. It's unethical. Folks, back in my day, you used to be able to buy students outright. They were affordable, 10, 11 cents. Now you got to take out a loan, just buy a student, have them play around with you, do your homework. It's not right.
Okay. See, when I make those phone calls to Biden, I don't be knowing what he's gonna say. I know and I had to hang up in the president's face because he don't really say the right things. He really is a dementia patient. Right before Black History Month hit, he claimed to release trillions of dollars and billions of dollars and millions of dollars in student loan debt relief. Nobody has seen it yet. Not one human. Only bots. Now, this Black History Month, I figured, hey, why not keep tallying it up? Let's tally up how much people owe us. Okay? And no, you don't owe us to wipe anybody's student loan debt out, but you said that's what you wanted to do, so you go ahead and do it and make this Black History Month the month that you actually get it done, and stop playing, pretending like you done got it done and nobody has seen nothing be deleted but bots. That's what you want to do? Do that. But while you do that, let's work on reparations and restitution. Okay? That was y'all president. It is what it is. Somebody said that's Tito's son that's playing the older Michael Jackson. Oh, is it? Oh, that's Tito's son? He look good and foreign. His mama white. Is Tito's mama white? Somebody said my uncle was in the... Somebody gets on here laughing. Somebody said my uncle was in the Negro. Who is your uncle? Your uncle was in the Negro Baseball League. Your uncle deserves to be honored this Black History. See, that's what I'm saying. Black History Month does not have to be the same people over and over and over again. There's so many people for us to talk about. So many people who contributed to the fabric of America. So many people who, if it weren't not for them, you wouldn't have certain baseball techniques. If it weren't not for Louis Armstrong, you wouldn't have certain jazz techniques. And again, the Johnson family. If it wasn't for the Jackson family, this whole pop genre, it would not be what it is. You could put Taylor Swift on any kind of pedestal that you want to put her in, but baby, if she didn't have a blueprint, she wouldn't know what to do. You know, the Marian Andersons of the world, the Leontine Prices of the world, you know, all these great inventors. There's so much to discuss. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Let's read the chat. Somebody said, girl, Biden with my chat was clearly beyond a delay. Stolen homes with our belongings still inside. Absolutely. You know, that is the part of the history conversation that's definitely in the closet. You know, when you think about the era where incoming whites came in through Ellis Island and cities were flooded to make a water supply for them. This is literally in the Army Corps of Engineers files. You know, Lake Lanier was created to make a water source for incoming whites. Now, had historians, not put out that it was a city under there and allowed people to further research that, we wouldn't even put two and two together that, wait, it's a city under there. No, it's multiple cities under there. So you flooded people in order to make water for people? Now, these same people who were put on a pedestal by the Army Corps of Engineers, so much so that a water supply was made for them, they didn't have nowhere to live. They didn't even have a supply of water to drink. So where did they go live? Now you got the creation of sundown towns, and these people who came in from Ellis Island, militias of them were militarized and federalized is what they call it. Federalized, okay? Federales. And then these sundown towns were created where now you got sheriffs and police and everybody all in on it. You know, lynchings and all of this stuff that's disgusting. Disgusting behavior. Okay. Let's see. Let's use the truth into the group that's changing it without our consent. And that's the thing. You have to find out exactly who's behind these subtle changes. It seems to me a systematic thing. Seems very systematic to me. And it is a big deal. Because we want to keep and honor the ancestors who worked hard, who fought. You know, it seems like we're fighting today, but we're not fighting minuscule hard as how they fought. We're not fighting nearly about as hard as they fought. Okay, we want to keep their legacies alive. Somebody said identity theft cases. That's not a bad idea. Negro History Week to Black History Month to African American Month. This is a lie started by the unseen. Yeah, that's exactly what's doing now. Some may say, you know, the unseen is sounding a bit like the government. You know, there's a big collusion to make you forget these things. There's a big collusion to project that you have forgotten your heritage, forgotten where you came from, forgotten your family. There's a big projectile going on. This projection. We haven't forgot. It's just when we say it, people act like it's not valid. You know, even if, you know, hey, you only know who your great grandparents are. That means you didn't forget everything. You know who your great grandparents are. You know who your third great grandparents are because you know who their mama is. You know who your uncles are. You didn't forget anything. Don't let people keep projecting that. You are further along than most people around the world are, especially immigrants. Some immigrants came over here as babies. They don't even know who their parents were, let alone their great-grandparents. They came over here on orphan trains. Some people came in through Ellis Island. Some people were so desperate to get out of the crime-ridden, impoverished, no food having Europe. They sent their kids over here for a better life. And we see this happening right now with the border crisis. We see people just sending their kids over here just so if they can get the kids over here, then the kids can maybe grow up and have a better life and they can come over someday. Or pregnant women coming in just so that they can have an anchor baby over here in America so that they can get some footing here because it's poverty in their country and there's no way to make money. They can't make money off the metals because they don't know how to mechanize their properties. Whereas in America, there was a machine already put in place here. There were farms. There was farmers, not just in crops, you know, not just agriculture, you know, commodities were also farmed. And these systems were put in place already, you know. And people are coming over here, and these same people who just got here one generation ago will tell you that you don't know where you came from. It's an arrogant approach, but look out for it. That same group of people will be the people who are over changing from Negro History Month to Black History Month to the upcoming African American History Month. It's this month, we got time. We got time. This wasn't going to be a long show. Like I said, I was just coming on here to get y'all advice and to kick off this Black History Month celebration. Somebody said France has a bed bug issue right now. I'm not surprised. France wouldn't be France if it wasn't for all the money that they got during the Lend-Lease Act of the World War. So, you know, it's a lot to cover. So I'm going to take it that you all vote said to come on and do short lives like this one. This is going to be a short live. I'll come on here and do short lives like this. We'll discuss kind of closeted history lessons. Of course, we'll discuss heirs property. I want to go through some of the treaties. Volume 2 of the American History book, I put almost every treaty that I can find in that book. So it's gonna be full of treaties, and I would like, because it's and it's on pre-order right now for $55, guys. When this book, when I launch this book, it's gonna be $100, the same price as the regular book. But this is the pre-order. Every treaty that I could find, I put it in that book. Not only that, I was able to tie some families into the treaties as well. So, this is volume 1 for those of you who don't know. It's volume 1. Volume 2 is red. But this Black History Month, we may as well go over some of the treaties. Because when you think about treaties, you don't necessarily think about us. Just like when you think about heirs property, you don't necessarily think about us. And that's a problem. That is why so many people are saying, hey, you were just a slave. Hey, you were just a slave. That's false. We were way more than slaves. When you talk about, again, building America, the fabric of America, you have to talk about, this is beyond African slavery. You know, if the Africans were such good slaves, such good builders, why isn't Africa just like America? You know, they wouldn't be running to our borders right now. Our borders is full of Sudanese African men. Sudanese soldiers are at our border trying to get in for whatever reason. You know, the African Union and the CIA and the Pan-Africans are hammering down on Black Americans to come to Africa to help them build. You know, with some argument that it just shouldn't be the Chinese and the Europeans over there building. Black Americans should also come over there and build. I want everybody to hold their horses. Hold your horses. You know, we have to continue rebuilding America. We have to continue rebuilding what was torn down from our own heirs' property. We don't have time to leave our heirs' property and go be someone else's subject, because when you go to these countries, you can't be a citizen over there. You can't be an indigenous person over there. You become a subject. You're not subjects in America. Now, there are some people in America who are not citizens. There are some people in America who are not indigenous. We talked about the license last live and the stars that are on the last license, which notates that you are a real person from the land, a real indigenous person. It's a real ID. Everybody don't have those stars on their license. People know who you are. Okay? That's why it's a concerted effort to get you away from your homeland. It's always been that way. It's up to us to stop it or ignore it, or make our cries so loud and make our history so loud that these people start to look stupid. I think now people are starting to look stupid. We're not falling for Africa as much as some people were falling for it in the past. Africa can offer us heirs property. We can't go to our uncles and say, hey, can I get an acre of land of this heirs property? When you see all of these lawsuits being won all over America concerning heirs property, you don't see that going on in Africa. You see still African kids standing in line to get a scoop of rice and a drink. You still see that to this day. Here in America, we don't let our babies do that. If we see babies needing help to that capacity, we pull our resources together and get them help immediately. Okay? You will never see a big long line of Black American kids, no clothes on, standing in dirt, no shoes on, with a little plate in their hand, getting a scoop of rice and a soda. That's an impossibility here in America. Why? Because we'll pull all our resources together. The people who you call slaves, we'll pull all our resources together to help people. I've seen it here in Atlanta. You know, we didn't have a whole lot of children, but a whole lot of adults who fell bad on their luck. You know, who couldn't keep up with the cost of inflation. We pull our resources together to help people. Our money didn't come from no government, government subsidies and loans and all that stuff. No, we pulled our own money together. That's a community. The community that we have in America, those of us who met online, those of us who, may not even be kin, those of us who may be kin and may not know we're some kin. We do not hesitate to pool our resources together. We do not hesitate to take up for each other online. And that has to continue. That alone makes all the outsiders look crazy. Don't talk about him. Don't talk about her. We're going to help that kid. We're going to help that adult. We're going to fight for our heirs' property. We're going to sue you over our commodities. We're going to stop you from flooding our black cities. Like this one black city up in North Carolina is threatened to be flooded now. The Army Corps of Engineers is trying to build a dam. They said it's one of the oldest black cities in America right now. In North Carolina, it's I can't think of the name right off top, but it's a city up in North Carolina that they're threatening, that they're saying there's so much flooding going on. We need to dam this city so that we could stop the flooding. It's supposedly one of the oldest cities in America. The people have had it since prior to the World War, the black people, one of the oldest black towns. And my thing is, historically, we have seen what happens when the Army Corps of Engineers go to building dams. We've seen it happen in Georgia. We've seen it happen in Kansas. We've seen it happen in Alabama. We've seen it happen in Texas. We've seen it happen in Oklahoma. We've seen it happen in Louisiana. We've seen what happens when these levees are mysteriously blown. So, now that we are talking about this subject matter, it makes people slow up. Okay? It makes people slow up. Yes, somebody said careful traveling also. Exactly. Be careful traveling also. There's been a travel advisory warning for Jamaica. And I've been to Jamaica before. I stayed in an all-inclusive resort when I was in Jamaica. But now they're saying the all-inclusive resorts for Black Americans aren't even safe anymore. Same with Brazil. There's travel advisories all over the place for Black Americans. And I wonder why. We're just the slaves. Why is everybody threatened? Why is everybody threatened? So we don't do anything to anybody. All we're doing is, fighting to get what was taken from us back. We're not asking for anything that's not ours already. Another thing I want to tell you about is colleges. Check the universities in your state. If you are a person who you're trying to find an ancestor, but you just can't seem to find a picture, you can't seem to find them in the archives anywhere. For one, most of the archives are connected. All of the archives are connected, basically. If you can't find a picture, sometimes certain websites will not show you something that's in the archives. But all the archive systems is coming from the National Archives or the Library of Congress. They house majority of everything. But then there's another sector of files that's housed at universities. So whatever state you're in, if you're looking for a picture of your ancestor, you'd be surprised how many universities holds old pictures, old heirlooms. My family have had archives and pictures and even blankets at Auburn University in Alabama. I found the Breedlove Farm Estate and the Brook Farm Estate and a host of others. Billingsley, Brook, Breedlove, and a host of others. They was just right there, back to back, farm estates. And there's all these pictures of Black people. Sprawling lands. These are people who own heirs' property. On heirs' property, when they was taking things off of heirs' property, you had heirlooms. Okay, all this stuff belonged to the family. But during this era, World War One and World War Two, turn of the century, and even during Reconstruction, you know, a lot of these lands started being confiscated. History started to be changed. Um, they started giving us certain people over and over again, every month to look up. And we failed to look up heirs property. We failed to look up the people who were sold into chattel slavery. We failed to put it two and two together that on these flyers of people being sold as chattel slaves, why was all this property sold as well? So that mean that person owned the land. He was sold, his kids were sold, his house was sold, his land was sold, his oxes, his horse, his chickens, everything was sold to the highest bidder, and he was pushed off somewhere to be a part of chattel slavery. This didn't happen long ago. All we're asking for is a little restitution to correct this, because families were split apart, lands were taken and stolen, heirlooms were stolen. All we're asking for is a little restitution. Everybody knows this subject matter is a fact. Everybody knows it's true. So it's a lot to uncover. Colleges in your area, unfortunately, a lot of historically black colleges did not have access to land grabs and heirlooms. So the libraries at the historically black colleges, I'm a graduate of one, we didn't have these boxes of files that are stored at our schools. But if you go to Yale, if you go to Princeton, if you go to Alabama, A&M, not A&M, Alabama, which Alabama with the Roll Tide, they have a big file. If you go to the University of Georgia, all of the University ofs, all of the land grant colleges, okay, a lot of the land grant colleges were able to, confiscate so many Negro archives. Even Emory University has a large data set of archives. Georgia, University of Georgia, their archival facility is so huge, it's underground. You know, I do have credentials for them. You know, I call hours in advance. You have to call hours in advance because they have to pull the files from underground. You know, you see all these Negro faces that aren't being talked about. And that's how you get erased out of history. And that's how your month seamlessly turns from Negro History Month to African American History Month. Okay, that's how people are able to tell you that you didn't have any ancestors over here, because your ancestors are in a box under the ground at the University of Georgia, or in a box in a facility at Emory University, where white people get to look over this stuff and study it and possibly even sell it back to you for a small fee, instead of coming online and helping you figure out where it is. Instead of coming online and telling you, hey, depending on what state you're from, if you have an ancestor in X amount in this state, maybe go to Texas, University of Texas or USC, and look in their file database. You'd be surprised what you see. And you can get credentialed at these universities because they can't deny you credentials. It doesn't matter if you was a student. I was not a student at UGA. They have one of the largest data sets in the state. I didn't graduate from UGA. I graduated from the oldest HBCU in Florida, Edward Waters University. But I got credentials at the University of Georgia as a researcher, because they can't deny you. I got it. People in my family got it. Some of my friends got it, because I brought everybody on. Yeah, we finna go through these files. No, don't be afraid to go through the files, guys. Thank you for the super chats, everybody who's super chatting. Thank you, S. Dot. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super chat and support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Brother Rodney, thank you for the support. Thank you for the super chat. Greetings, sis, you're killing it once again. Keep it coming. And thank you, Rodney. Before you got on here, I asked the question, should I come on and do these short shows once a day, or should I come on and do a long show every week? That's the question that I was asking everybody before a lot of you all came in. I think coming on once a day, because I'm about to end this live in a minute. I think coming on once a day during these short shows, of course, we'll have the subject matters, a little bit more ironed out, where we can go in and look at somebody. Hopefully we can maybe go into UGA's files and do this stuff live, search some people live, pick out some families. Maybe y'all can give me some suggestions of some families in the comment section so that I can have it already just like the person who said that his ancestors was a Negro baseball league. Maybe we can honor his ancestor, put it on the record, where now we always see his ancestor. Now we know who his ancestor was. Now it's a video floating around on social media about his ancestor. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we could do that. Y'all can leave me some suggestions in the comment section, some names in the comment section of some people who need to be discussed, who deserve to be discussed. You never know how far these videos will go. You just never know. Thank you so much, Richard, for the super chat. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Y'all, so if y'all support this kind of content, if y'all want me to do it, I'll do it. Now, if y'all don't want it, now that's something different. If y'all don't want it, now that's something different. Okay? If y'all don't want it, that's something different. You right? Do it short 1 week and long show another. That's a good suggestion. Short, long, whatever. We here for it. Cam said, okay. Okay, Cam said it does not matter. It does not matter. For those of you who have ordered your American history books, I hope you're enjoying it. I just got a big shipment of books in today. So if your order was a little bit delayed, it's on its way. I literally ran out of books, y'all. Everybody who ordered on Hello Plants, all those books are signed copies. And it's coming shortly in the mail. I actually got a big shipment going out tomorrow. So keep tracking. Keep looking up your tracking. If you a pre-order, of course, those aren't coming yet because I haven't released those books yet. They'll be out shortly. Sirens. Anyway, I'm about to get off here. I love y'all so much. I hope y'all enjoyed this short live. I'll be back tomorrow. I think I like the idea. Short and sweet history lessons every day. So you can share with your family and friends. We're not going to do all, when we start talking about the oil fields and stuff like that, it might get a little, I can't promise you nothing. Because sometimes the ancestors take over and I just start, I can't make no promises, okay? I don't want to make no promises that I can't keep. But share this with your friends and family. We're having a Black History celebration on Unpacked with Queen Janice's channel nightly. Okay? Nightly. All right? I love y'all so much. Leave whoever you think I need to talk about, whatever you think I need to research really quickly, leave it in the comment section. I'll do my due diligence. I'll see, does it mix in with our subject matters? Give me enough time to research it. If it's a treaty, if it's heirs property, if it's whatever, if it's a person, give me enough time to research it, 1 or 2 days, or a week, or whoever, and then we'll iron it out. We'll discuss it. Okay? I love y'all so much. I hope you enjoyed this short video. Please share this and come back tomorrow for more. I love y'all. Bye.